Yesterday we were talking about how to take monomials and multiply them by a polynomial. Today what I would like to do is look at what happens when we multiply polynomials by another polynomial. So at the top of your paper, let's do notes, multiplying polynomial by polynomial. So for example, if I were to take this 2x plus 3, you've got a binomial first degree, so it is linear, multiplied by this binomial x plus 5. So you're actually multiplying a binomial times a binomial. What are our options? What do we get to do? There are multiple ways to do this. I think there's like at least 4, so we're going to talk about all 4 of these today, and then you get to pick your favorite way to do these. Now, some of the ways will work for any size polynomial, and then some of them will only work for binomials. So let's take a look at our first way. Let's look at way number 1 when we take a binomial times a binomial. Just like we did yesterday, we looked at the horizontal method, or you might hear it called the distributive property. All right, so if you were to take this problem, let's say I rewrite it 2x plus 3 times x plus 5. You've actually got a polynomial here, x plus 5, and we're actually going to multiply it by this number, the 2x plus 3. So what's going to happen here, so if I get a different color, we need to take this whole number outside of the parentheses, and we need to multiply it by every term in the second one. So this 2x plus 3 gets multiplied by the x, and this 2x plus 3 gets multiplied, I'm going to use a different color for the second one, multiplied by the 5. So we need to rewrite this problem after we do our multiplication. So for example, let's say if I were to take this 2x plus 3 times the x, I get an x times the 2x plus 3, or 2x plus 3 times x, plus we have the second one. We have this 2x plus 3 times the 5, or 5 times the x plus 3. Well, 2x plus 3. Squeeze that in there. All right. So at this point now, we get to distribute again. Okay, so we've got the x times the 2x, which gives us 2x squared. We have the x times the 3, gives us the 3x. And then I have the, excuse me, let me get black color here, plus the 5 times the 2x, 10x, and then the 5 times the 3, the 15. And then when you look at this, you have 2x squared plus 3x plus 10x plus 15. And then you ask yourself, are there any things that we can combine, any terms that we can combine? We have the 3x and the 10x, so yep, we get 2x squared plus 13x plus the 15. And we can't combine anything else because we have the same variable but not the same power. So we're done. Okay, you have a trinomial to the second degree, so it's quadratic. Leading coefficient is 2, constant term is 15. Let's look at way number 2. Okay, we just did the horizontal way. Let's look at the vertical method. So it's literally like multiplying like we did yesterday. So if I were to set up a 2-digit by 2-digit, like say 12 times 15, we know that we would take the 5 times the 2, which gives me a 10. I have to carry the 1. So I have 5 times 1 plus the 1 gives me 60. And I'm going to add that to, we're multiplying by tens now. We're making this 5 a 0. So 1 times 2 gives me 2, and the 1 times 1 gives me 1. So I end up getting, 0, 6 plus 2 is 8, and then the 1, so 180. So same idea, we can actually set this up, 2x plus 3 times the x plus 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to multiply the 5 by everything in the top. And then we're going to add that to the whatever we get with x times 3 in the top. So I'm going to take my 5 times the 3 is 15. So I'm just going to write the 15 down. That's where it's a little bit different. The 5 times the 2x gives me a 10x. And then I have put a 0 in for my placeholder. So I get x times the 3 gives me the 3x. And then the x times the 2x gives me the 2x squared. And what's nice about this is that by putting that place value in, everything that we need to add together, or the terms, the like terms, will be lined up. So the 15 plus the 0 is 15. 10 plus the 3 is the 13x. And then I have my 2x squared. It's the same idea. All right, so let's look at the third way. Way number 3. This is probably my favorite way. Because it's really useful and it works every time. So I'm going to call this the area model, or you might hear it called the box method. So when I'm given the problem 2x plus 3 times the x plus 5, we've got a binomial times a binomial. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to set up a box or a rectangle that represents the length and then the width. So we're actually trying to find the area. So they're telling you the length of this box is 2x plus 3 and the width is x plus 5. And since we have binomials, we're actually going to make my length 2 sections and my width 2 sections. We're going to make a section for the terms in each polynomial. So when I go to set up my box, I know it has to be a 2 by 2 because there's 2 terms in the first one, 2 terms in the second one. So I'm going to set up my box. So maybe the length down here at the bottom is a 2x and then a plus 3. The width, we have an x and then the plus 5. And what we're going to do now is find the area of all of our sections added together. So if we take a look at the first section is an x by 2x, or 2x by x, which gives me an area of 2x squared. The other section, we have a 5 by 2x, which gives me 10x. We have a third section. We have an x by 3, or 3 by x, so 3x. And then I have a fourth section right here. This is a 5 by 3, giving me an area of 15. And what's nice about your area model is that the things that you need to combine, the terms that you need to combine, will be lined up on a diagonal. And then all we have to do is just rewrite the areas that we got. So the area of this particular box of this model is 2x squared plus the 10x plus 3x, 13x plus the 15. So we end up getting the same thing. I really do enjoy this, and this works, if I did a 3 by 3 or a 4 by 4 or 2 by 5, it doesn't matter. We just have to set it up with how many terms are in each polynomial. So the first polynomial would be your length, the second polynomial would be your width. The fourth method, way number 4, is a favorite of a lot of people as well. The only issue with this one is that it only works for binomial times binomial, so I might even put that. And the method we like to call this, and some of you may have heard this before, is FOIL. F-O-I-L. So if we take a look at our problem, 2x plus 3 times the x plus 5, it literally tells you what to multiply, where, and when. So if you take a look, the F, I'm going to do in green, tells you F stands for first, so I might even write first. It tells you to multiply the first terms in both polynomials. So I'm going to take my 2x times x, and that gives me 2x squared. The O stands for, and I'm going to do a different color for this, outside. So I'm going to take literally the outside ones of both polynomials, so the farthest left and the farthest right. So I'm going to take my farthest left, which would be 2x, times the farthest right, which would be the 5. So I'm going to take the 2x times the 5, which gives me 10x. And then the next color, the I, tells me to multiply the inside ones. So that means the ones that are inside together in each polynomial. So the 3 here and then the x. So I'm taking the 3 times the x, which gives me 3x. And then last but not least, we need to multiply the l's, the last, in each one. So I'm taking this 3 and multiplying it by the 5, which gives me 15. And again, here we are with the same terms. We have the 2x squared, 10x plus 3x plus 15, and we can combine the 2 in the middle, combine the like terms, so we end up getting 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. So again, you get to work with your favorite ones. The vertical, the horizontal, the box work for any size polynomials. Again, way number 4 is a little tricky because it only works for our binomials. So let's take a look at a problem here where you get a bigger one. So for example, if I give us the 6x plus 5, we've got a binomial multiplied by 2x squared minus 3x minus 5. A binomial times a trinomial. What do we get? Okay, so if I were to maybe look at the horizontal method, because it does work anytime, any size polynomial, we know we would have to take this number 6x plus 5 and distribute it to everything in the next polynomial, every term. So you're taking this 6x plus 5 times the 2x squared, or the 2x squared times the 6x plus 5. And then, different color, I'm going to take this 6x plus 5 and multiply it by the negative 3x, or I'm taking this negative 3x and multiplying it by the 6x plus 5. And then last, I've got my third color here, the 6x plus 5 times the negative 5, or negative 5 times 6x plus 5. And then, of course, then we get to distribute again. So I end up getting 2x squared times 6x gives me 12x to the third power. 2x squared times the 5 gives me 10x squared. I have the 3x, negative 3x times the 6x, negative 18x squared. And then the 3x times the 5 gives me negative 15x. The negative 5 times the 6x, so negative 30x. And then the negative 5 times the 5, negative 25. Now it looks like we've got a bunch of things we can combine here. Looks like I have a 10x squared minus 18x squared, so that's negative 8x squared. I still have that 12x to the third power. I have a negative 15x minus 30x. Well, that would give me negative 45x. And then I have that minus 25. And I don't think we can go any farther because our powers are different. But it looks like we have 4 terms in our polynomial, the ending polynomial. It is to the third power, so it is cubic. Okay, that would be the horizontal method. You could set it up vertically. We can also use the box, which I really do enjoy, and I'm hoping that some of us like this as well. But if I were to set this box up, I have 2 terms in the first one, 3 terms in the second one. So I'm just going to set up a 2 by 3 or a 3 by 2, depending on how you like to draw your box. Keeps things way organized. So here I have my 6x, and then the plus 5, and then I have a 2x squared, a negative 3x, and a negative 5. And then I'm just going to find the area of all the boxes. So here I have 6x times the 2x squared, so I get my 12x to the third power. I have my negative 18x squared. I have my negative 30x. I have my 10x squared. I have my negative 15x. And then I have my negative 25. All right, so the same thing. And then I'm going to stop here. We're going to continue on in the next video.